The everything shoe that will take you morning, noon to night, from week to weekend, from, you know, play to travel to work, and you are all over this one today. We've already lost a color. I think that even happened in the wee morning hours. But we do have 4, and they are all so beautiful. They are constructed perfectly. That bottom, that outsole has become your favorite of all from Jambu. This is about just being you, and the comfort, the versatility, and the style that you're gonna enjoy with this one at under $50 today is really remarkable. So 4 colors, and I can't wait to introduce you to our guest. She is with us live in the studio today. We have this for you in this really pretty, I love this particular camel or whiskey color. We have this in all sizes. At this point, we're still good with sizes. We have 6 through 12, medium and wide widths, even half sizes in between. We'll get through all of the details. I wanted to quickly show you that outsole because I know it's something that you've really, really loved in the past, and it's been redesigned, revamped just for you, just for this season. But boy, summer, fall, winter, and bring it around to spring next year, this is gonna be a real nice go-to. We move from the whiskey option to the olive, which is a beautiful, soft, this one is the most limited by far. I mean, to the point of like 240 of these left. That's it for the day. So that's an option, but won't be very shortly. We have it for you in this perfect denim. This is like the perfect navy because it goes lighter shades of indigo, darker shades. It's called Classic Navy using Express. And then the black has been incredibly popular throughout the day already. In fact, for those of us who are standing on our feet long hours every day or walking a lot, boy, treat your feet to something that they will just be so happy about, because the support you get with Jambu, the comfort is everything. And of course, it's all about whether it's active lifestyles or whether it's just being a little bit more on the casual side, this will take you day to night. As we get this party started this hour, Laura Duffek is our special guest. I know many of you recognize her from being on television for how many decades?
1,000 years. It's been 1,000.
Good to see you in person. I met you through all this craziness.
Okay, so I feel like I know you because I've watched you for so long.
Good.
But it's wonderful to stand right alongside of you and to talk about what we call the everything bagel shoe, because it is everything, and it's gonna replace so many pairs of shoes because it can do so much. So the Lena has been a huge hit all day, and I can't wait to share all the information with you.
Oh, it's so pretty. I mean, I love everything about the closed toe, the laser cut detailing. I don't know if I showed everybody the back side, because even the back is as pretty as the front, but rounded, extra goring for extra comfort in every step you take. Flexibility, to your point, this has been so well received. This outsole is famous with Jambu.
It is. It's one of my favorites. That's called the All-Terra Traction outsole. And you know, I mentioned this earlier. I've had 3 knee surgeries. So being stable when you put on a pair of shoes is really important to me. And so when you put on a pair of shoes and you feel balanced, you feel very secure, it's a huge feature. And that's what the All-Terra Traction offers, besides the fact that it gives you grip without being sticky. Do you know what I mean by that? That grip where you feel...
Like rubber sometimes can make you... I just did that on the air the other day. I literally almost tripped on the set.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
I know, wasn't cute.
Good.
Wasn't my best moment.
You did it very ladylike though, I'm sure. But this is really one of those that with that outsole, that rubber outsole, that's for walking on gravel. It's for walking on, you know, dewy grass. Think of the fall football season and you're walking and trying to get up on bleachers, and it's about being able to have that rugged lifestyle. But really, when you look at the Lena, I want you to think of a couple of things, because hybrid is a very big term right now. So our women designing team looked at this and said, when they were designing the shoe for this season, let's do a hybrid. Let's take the best of what a slip-on is. You showed that elastic goring. That's the best of a slip-on to make it easy to get your foot in. How about a loafer? A loafer to me means it goes with slacks, it goes with jeans, it goes with trousers, it goes with a dress. It means a loafer really goes that extra mile. Check when it comes to a loafer. How about a driving moccasin? Those are so unique and they're so specialized. But that's why we did the toe bumper, so that your toe is not nicked in driving, right? And we did the back bumper, so that with the back bumper, then when you're driving, that protects the back part of the heel. So we've got that driving moccasin look. And now take a look at it from this angle. This is that vintage wing flare tip that many of us remember from years ago, but it's our style at Jambu to add it in with the floral cutout detail. And with that floral cutout detail, it gives a feminine nod, because part of what we do is fit, it is fashion, it is comfort all in one. Then I want you to think about a flat. A flat in this shoe, they're listing it as about 1.5 inch heel, but we can see that it's relatively what we would call a flat. However, unlike flat shoes that offer no comfort, no support, wait till you see what's on the inside of the Lena.
I just put them on and I'm feeling what you're about to describe. This is awesome. Because I have a bit of a higher arch and I'm feeling it's just meeting me right.
Okay, let's talk about the arch then.
It's so good.
Because, and I think you're so good at this, opening that up to the camera, you can see that there's the padding there for the arch right on the inside. So it covers that basis. Plus, this is our memory foam on the inside. So everyone feels that as soon as they put the shoe on.
Yeah, you do.
And you know what? You did this, which everyone has done today. You did the bounce.
You do. It's just because you're like, ooh, I feel something I like.
Yeah.
And my feet are going, thank you. Yeah, cushion, even under
Energized.
the heaviest part of our body. I guess it's on the
toe? Are you thinking about this?
Where you like, yeah.
Or the padding, the heel,
No, the front.
Yes.
Yeah, the toe area, like under the toes.
The ball of the foot.
That's it.
Okay, ding, ding, ding. We're not gonna do a charades ever, because that was not a good team. Victoria, tag in, because she was not, she didn't describe
That
well,
was
right?
funny.
Have you got my back on this one? I was like, what? The ball of the foot. Here's what makes this so fabulous, everyone, and why you jumped on this today. It is because of the faux nubuck suede on the top, so it's a faux nubuck suede, it's man-made. But I want you to see under their micro suede footbed, because you put it on without socks.
Yep.
I don't have them on with socks. They feel really good.
They do.
Underneath your foot, that's that micro suede, and your foot doesn't really sweat. It doesn't do that. It just really balances that out. Memory foam on the insole, which we showed you, but underneath that is a layer of latex. What that does is the shock absorber. So that's when you were bouncing and you were like, ooh, these are comfy. It's the latex that is absorbing our body weight and all the pressure that we put on our feet. So that's why you go the extra mile in the Lena and why it feels so good. And the fashion, look at the stitching in at the toe, which is so pretty.
Yeah, all the way around. That's a very good point. See how it matches? Like this is the cognac, or the whiskey, excuse me. Very popular choice in this presentation. I love this. It's almost like that.
I love that.
Almost a butterscotch, but more of like a burnt orange.
It's fall.
It is very much a fall
color. It's pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
It's apple picking. It's apple cider. It's the turn in even the difference in the air, a little cooler.
Oh, I can't wait.
I bet with the weather out today.
Right?
She's
Isn't
really
it
waiting on. But you know what? With the back, and our Jambu team said, Lori, you've got to show the back on this, because these are some of the features that you don't find in comfort shoes that Jambu, JBU, Just Be You, what we excel at. This is neoprene. Right here, I'm gonna put this down a little bit so you can see it there. That is neoprene. That neoprene gives it give, but it gives it softness back in that heel cup.
You mind if I jump in and just show that?
Sure, you go right there.
It really is nice.
So
I hate
that
protection that you can get on the back of your heel.
Nobody wants that. And then we put in this ditzy ribbon, ditzy floral ribbon, so you can actually give a little pull on the back of the heel to get it on. All of that cutout detail at every single point. One other thing, there is an underlay on the underside here, so it adds in softness at the top of the foot.
Good point.
So that every single angle, even the underside here, has special padding or special fabric, I should say, on the underside so that it just feels good. So if this gets wet or anything, you just take a damp cloth and you wipe it off, because this is man-made.
That's great to know. There's a lot of us that really, really appreciate the whole vegan world. And so nice to know that. Let me update you on colors. We did sell out of taupe. We're about to sell out of the olive. The olive is...
How are you wearing that? What are you thinking?
With this?
olive?
Oh my gosh, with anything and everything. Every color from navies to blacks to ivories to khakis to shorts. And
I don't think you're limited.
I agree.
I almost think it's a neutral. Would that be far off from saying?
No,
okay.
I couldn't agree more. Anthony was just talking about how even some bright colors have become neutrals for a lot of us when we're styling our outfits.
Sure.
Sometimes we style things differently today than we did 2.5 years ago before the mayhem began in the world.
Yes.
And certainly one thing that has been a common ground is we love our comfort, and our feet deserve the comfort that you're going to experience with this. But size-wise in the Alla, I'm just going to let you know this is your last chance. You will not see this again on the air. What did you say, Rob? We're down to just a few sizes. We have medium and wide widths. It's pretty broken, so your best bet is to hover over the color of olive, and then it'll populate the sizes that are still available on hsn.com. So good luck. I think less than 200 total, though, for the rest of the day.
True to size.
True to size, thank you.
True to size. If you're not gonna wear socks, order true to size. If you are a sock person, I'd go up a half a size.
Okay, there's half sizes available, so that's easy enough. Whiskey is really, truly, I think this is my favorite all day, even over the taupe, which sold out, but I do love this color. And then the two other classics in neutrals are the navy, spot on navy, and then the black has been flying. Like it's the #1 bestseller today.
Because I don't think you can, black shoes. You can't go wrong. And I think many of us sit back and we look at this, and all of a sudden, and I hope this happens for you, you start to think of the ways that you can wear this. Now, wait a minute, that's an office shoe. Yet it has the feel of a sneaker. We can't really wear sneakers to the office, but that we could get away with wearing, and now we've got the feel of our sneaker. If you're in hospitality, we talked about this, teachers going back to school, you're gonna love this. If you're someone who stands on your feet a lot, or, I wanna suggest this, everyone, if you've had issues with your feet where you don't feel like you can stand for long periods of time, this is APMA approved.
Thank you for reminding us. It's so important. Yeah. How did it take us 10 minutes to even remember to say that?
Well, because you know what? I think for a lot of us, first of all, we may not understand what that is. So American Podiatric Medical Association. We don't usually think about, do our shoes have a seal of approval? We just shop for shoes. At Jambu, though, we take this with great pride because this is not something you buy into or you sign up. Or,
you can't just get it.
You can't just get it. It's a seal of approval. And that seal of approval means that foot doctors looked at this. They looked at our insole, they looked at how we layer that memory foam and we layer that latex for the shock absorber. And then they looked at the outsole and they went, this shoe is good for good foot health. So that's why I say, if you sit back and say, wait a minute, I can't always be on my feet all the time, you need to try the shoe. You need to try it. There's no risk shopping with HSN. That's why we love HSN so much. But with this, you need to feel why we're all bouncing today. And you know what? I think one of our great testimonials are actually the hosts here. Because one thing the viewers don't know that I've known for a long time is TV studios are just big warehouses on concrete. So when you see a host here, that means that she or he has been standing in one spot, like this much, for 3-4 hours at a time. And today, each one of the hosts said to me, I'm so happy you're here. My feet are gonna be happy today.
It's crazy true. I mean, this is a true story. I've learned the hard way to not be so hard on my feet. And I know that when I wear a supportive shoe like this that has the APMA approval, my feet don't literally ache at the end of the night.
Well,
and I'm not making that up.
Or your hips.
See,
or
I haven't
your
had
back.
to deal with that yet, but it will continue to get worse unless you do something different.
Right. And if your feet hurt though, don't you feel tired then? It like radiates through your body.
Definitely. I feel it in the lower back. But it's true. When you slip in, and many of you have become our very loyal customers with Jambu here since we launched it just a couple years ago, 2 years ago. So it's really a treat to have this big hit today. I believe now over 13,000 have been spoken for. We are down to 4 color options, but they are all here. Don't forget, we have medium and wide widths. Now I see the graphic says whole size is only, in the 10 to 12, but we have the half sizes from the 6 to 9.5.
You're right, and for the larger foot sizes, I wear a size 11, and I want you to know there's something that each one of the hosts looked, as soon as I said size 11, they looked down and went, really?
They don't look like that.
No, they don't. And I'm so happy. Look at the surprise on her face.
I mean, I have size 9, and we're both wearing the same. But I love that it doesn't make your foot look big.
No, and you know what? When you wear a larger size, for most of us, we don't want our foot to look, sorry, am I standing a little too close here?
I feel like we're ready to start a little
close here. But I think for most of us that wear a larger size, we don't want our foot to look any bigger. We realize from the get-go, sorry, did you want to,
should we waltz?
But that's the key with this. I've had every single host look down and go, really, you're wearing an 11? And I'm like,
interesting.
That's what an 11 looks like. So,
in this shoe.
In the 10, the 11 and the 12, the medium and the wide width, come on in, because you're gonna love it.
Even on the brighter color. This is the brightest color, which is the whiskey. Very warm. It just really, it kind of makes my mouth water a little bit. It's such a pretty color.
For the whiskey? I just want to make sure. But it does, it reminds you of that amber color.
It is amber. That's it. It's a gorgeous amber. Whiskey is maybe darker than amber, but in either case, it's just a beautiful, yummy color. Black, navy, olive, final and last call on olive. Good luck. I know, I wish we had like 20 more thousand, but I think we are now at over 13,000, which I think leaves us with what, 6,000 or 7,000 maybe at best for the rest of the day. It's noon on the West Coast.
Well, and remember, this is another behind the scenes things. We always try to order just a few more to take us. This is their bridge into our season. In fact, I know we have pictures that I actually took of the shoe, and one I'm at a barbecue a month ago. So in the middle of the summer, I was in this shoe at a barbecue.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
And there's our friend's dog. Ella's making her debut today. Look at her.
Cute.
She did so well. She stood there. But the other one of our beautiful Minnesota lakes.
Oh, I miss it.
And then doing a morning walk with coffee and a friend, and she said, let's stop and take some pictures. By the way, DG2, the Sailor capris, it was the TS.
You are
There they are. So you match up our Jambus with your capris from DG2. Hi to my friend Sam Sabora. And look at how fabulous. That's in the summer. So we call this a bridge shoe because it's going to take us from now, put them on now, and then go right into the fall season. And for some of you, depending on where you live, you're still wearing it January, February, March.
It's so true because you get the coverage all the way up basically to your ankle without any friction even at the ankle bone or at the heel. We talked about that with that little neoprene detailing, giving you extra stretch and comfort. But the coverage of this shoe I like. I laugh about, I shouldn't laugh because the truth is at a certain point, if you've been hard on your feet, your feet take on a different shape over time, and sometimes you don't really like to expose the shape of your foot anymore, but this gives full coverage.
Yeah, and that's all right for some. Look at how cute with the dress on.
I agree.
I would have never expected that.
I love that.
And I have to show wait till we get to the end here, because the gal on the very end, she does a shorts and she does the blazer. If that isn't a college student right there walking campus.
Hello.
In the fall, so if you have daughters, granddaughters, sisters, that are the kids on campus right now walking back and forth to, hopefully to classes and not to parties. That's what you hope as parents, that you sent them there to study, but this is one of those shoes that I'm hoping, I've said this in every single show, that about 3 or 4 years down the road, you look at the shoe and you say, boy, have I worn that a lot.
Oh, that's the best feeling.
I hope that's what you say, because I think you're gonna put this one on again and again and again.
That's money well spent on a shoe. I mean, obviously at $50. By the way, this is on 3 or 4 flex today, so you can try it. You've got a month. And you mentioned, easy shopping now more than ever. We do free exchanges at HSN now. So if you get this and decide, oh, I should probably have gone up a half size or whatever, you can return the other. We'll pay to ship the other back to us, and then we'll send you the right size or a different color, whatever you choose. Free exchanges is something we implemented the first day of our birthday in July, and I think it's fabulous, especially if you're new to a brand or new to shopping for fashions in general on television. We just celebrated 45 years, and I am very proud that HSN is where it all started. This is the whole place. We call ourselves the pioneers of shopping from the comfort of your own home, and it's just gotten better. But we are very proud of our 45-year history, and as we've wrapped up our birthday month, we obviously continue into our, the August season and fall season with more great deals, and this is a win. This isn't a winner. So whiskey, yours is here if you call right now. Last call, if it's available in olive at this point, I'd be amazed. There's 170 total, so there you go. And thank you for putting the navy next to it, because it shows you all 3 of the other neutrals, the navy, the black, the Okay, the black, oh, we're about to see the black up close, so you can see some of the details. I like the way you described this little fun element. The wingtip look there.
The vintage wingtip look.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vintage wingtip. I mean, for many of us, we remember shoes like that. And now vintage is so big, boho chic, vintage. And so it is, once again, our designing team saying, wait a minute, fashion. We can have comfort and we can have fashion at the same time. It is possible to do that, but we're gonna do it with our ditzy floral cutout or a floral design cutout so that it adds in a feminine nod. We want to still have a feminine shoe. And that's another thing with this, even though the toe box is rounded, it isn't so rounded. It still has a more feminine look to it.
I know what you're saying.
Right.
I think there have been, you know, other styles that had maybe a little bit too much more of a hiker, adventurous flair that you didn't feel like was really your vibe. This is much more refined, but still giving you the elements that we love about the adventure.
Look at with the shorts and the jacket.
Yeah.
Girl, you look good. You look comfortable. Jeez, I am. One little last thing, if you're sitting on the fence on this one, these are exclusive. We made these just for HSN and our Jambu fan club. So if you look at these and think, wow, I think I've seen something like that, we made these just for HSN. The navy, I have the navy on. I looked at the navy right away and, you know, I feel like in the fall we wear a lot of jeans, right? We turn to our jeans. However, I want you to think about black leggings and blue shoes because black and blue is so great together. You're probably gonna get more wear out of those than you ever expected.
The navy, yeah. In fact, last night I went to dinner with Alice. She's back in town after a nice month off, and she's my partner on Saturday mornings, but I was wearing a denim skirt and a black top. And you're right, that's a beautiful combination of colors. So either the black or the navy obviously would go, but if you like to pop a color, do that. You know your personality and what really fits for you. That cognac, I call it cognac, we're calling it whiskey if you're using express ordering that you see on Victoria, right there in the center. I think that one is just like, it's the head turner option.
It is, it's just sharp. And you know, when we said vintage about the wingtip style, this reminds me of like an old leather great briefcase. You know, that's been weathered.
That color.
That looks so sharp. That color is something that is dynamic. It's unique. It has such flair to it. Remember, it's that faux nubuck leather on it. It's a man-made, so you don't have to baby it. You don't have to treat it gingerly. Wear these shoes. Live in them. There's a lot of key features I want to remind you about. That elastic goring on the side, the neoprene in the back, the beautiful ribbon down the back of the heel, the fact that our all-terra traction outsole, the bottom of the shoe, happens to be one that is that strength and that durability for all surfaces. You know what, I had a very dear customer, Callie, reach out to me and she said, okay, I understand, you know, from the back door to the great outdoors, Jambu is by your side. That's kind of our little handle. She said, I don't climb mountains and I don't hike, and she said, I never felt like Jambu was for me. And I said, oh, wait a minute here. I said, I'm not climbing mountains. And we don't have a lot of trails right where I live, but I can tell you what my outdoor is. It's trying to get all the errands done during the day. It's trying to go to the post office and the grocery store and the dry cleaners and stopping by and seeing a friend quick and then going out for a quick bite to eat. Is that you? And she wrote back and she said, oh, it's so me.
That's totally me.
But so Jambu reaches out to everyone. If you are that adventurous person, we're here for you. That's why we built that all-terra traction. We're right there with you, bringing you the comfort to go out on a trail and still wear the shoe.
If that's where your day takes you.
That's it.
You don't have to go home and change shoes into a hiking boot.
You got it. And if you say, you know what, my great outdoors, my stepping out and doing things is just trying to get done what I needed to do. We're right there for you.
It's about getting home from work and walking the dog right away because he's been sitting there all day waiting for me. Yeah, and APMA accepted. That's another really key component to the success of Jambu in general. You know, here we are celebrating, gosh, August. How has this happened so fast? And it's just such a, it's just the best feeling, I think, to find the perfect shoe for whatever, whether it's going to work, whether it's doing your errands, whether it is going on an adventure. In fact, that reminds me, it was 2 years ago that I launched the brand here with a wildflower. And that had the same outsole construction. And I remember how huge of a hit that was. If you have that shoe, or if you remember it, there's a reason we keep talking about this outsole, because they're not all the same, even within the brand of Jambu. This is a very beloved outsole. Let's talk about why.
I think it's because, first of all, good memory. The Wildflower Encore, that's excellent memory for you. And we went through almost 20,000 pairs of those shoes, so many of you own that. The outsole, for me, this is one of my favorite features, is the all-terra traction outsole. And I mentioned before, it's because I feel so balanced when I'm standing in this shoe. I don't feel, you know, if you've ever worn a pair of high heels and you titter-totter a little bit on the top because that balance is off, this gives us balance. It also gives us the ability to have traction. Whether you're a mall walker, you know, trying to get your steps in, walking the dog after work, walking on that cobblestone because you've taken a day trip and now you're doing a little window shopping, all of those avenues mean that that all-terra traction is working for you. But notice how it comes up over the toe, protecting the toe, and up through the back, protecting the back or the heel. There's another reason for that, and this is durability. We want you to wear these shoes and for them to last. So to do that, we build in those features so that it will take the scrape. I've done this too many times. I have 3 steps going up to the back of the house, right? And they're concrete, and you go, and you get the toe.
Oh, yeah.
Now you don't, if that happens, it's there. So durability is built into the shoe. Think of the times that you can put this on. Think of if you've ever had a driving moccasin and you love the look and the uniqueness of it. How beautiful they are. And isn't it nice? There's about 1.5 inch heel, that's what they're calling it. Yet at the same time, you don't feel like there's extra height or heel.
Oh no, but you're not flat, like, you know, flat like a pancake without support. And so from tippy toe to the back of your heel, you'll feel that cush. You will feel that support. It will meet your arch where it might be. Even if it's high, if it's low, it's just kind of a really miraculous thing that you experience. I do want to remind you of the colors and the options, because we're kind of at that point now, aren't we, Rob? With, I know, over 13,000, wait, 13,000. 13.5 out the door. That leaves us with very few for the evening.
I mean, to go back and make some shoes. I need to be a cobbler in the back.
Good luck with that.
For the next show.
This is the Cognac option. It is my personal favorite. It's called whiskey. Cognac whiskey, isn't that kind of the same category of, I don't know, I don't drink cognac or whiskey, but in either case, I love the color. It's just beautiful and mouth-watering to me. Very nice transitional color into the fall. I'll show you the front, I'll show you the back, so you can see all the details that Laura's explained to you so well. The next color is the last time you'll see it on air. There we go. Okay. The last time to see or take advantage of the olive is right here and now. We are down to less than 150 in the olive.
It's such a great shoe. When we were talking about the vintage style, look at how this is like tumbled. Do you see how it has kind of that, a little bit of a distressed look to it at the top, which in leather is beautiful. This is a faux nubuck suede. So we can get the softness, but we can get all of that shading that makes it so unique.
Yeah. Very, very beautiful, beautiful shade of olive. I'll put the navy next to that because it really is kind of the sweet spot between a chambray and a darker, a mid-tone or an indigo. And that too, you can see almost like when you have a real suede, you can see the difference of the pile or the nap.
But no worries with that.
Right. Especially in black. Because if you are in the food service industry, you know you are getting stuff all over your feet all night long. So wipe it, just wipe it clean. My son works in a little retail store that has a coffee shop attached to it, and he's always coming home saying, I've wrecked my shoes at work today. But you don't have to worry when it's this kind of faux suede. You can wipe it clean, and you haven't spent a fortune on something that you should spend so much more on a shoe that gives you this much comfort. I have to just say.
Yeah, you know, that's it. And normally you would. Comfort shoes are very expensive. We at Jambu believe that there should be a way to be able to bridge that gap and bring you the comfort, bring you the fashion, bring you the fit. And look at the gals from dressy with the shorts and the blazer to Victoria. Hot yoga today, it looks like. Yes, a little hot yoga,
nice.
And then you take your shoes off. But then you're gonna stop on the way home and pick up some lunch and a salad. You still wanna have that great shoe on. We've seen such a great range. Remember, APMA, American Podiatric Medical Association. Foot doctors, podiatrists have said that shoe right there is good for your feet.
That speaks volumes. Well, we are moving on. However, yours is here, 796810. That's our star of the day. Here we see it. Your choices are here. So thank you for your calls. We've got a steal of a deal coming up next, literally. It's called Steal the Deal. If you're a